Welcome back. This Toro is Moto. We had to take a break, have some water.
Yeah.
We are definitely at the Sarova. Hope you guys are loving this conversation. Hope you even seen how amazing the room is that we are shooting in. Anyway, let's continue this story. Where we left off, drumload. Did I just say drumload?
Drum, yeah. Say it in Swa. What's drum? That's the sound.
Me and you would make the worst host
Actually,
for a Swahili show.
Swahili
It would
show.
be such a comedy. They should just hire us
for
to
comedy.
do a show strictly in Swahili host.
Oh
So
my
sasa
days.
hizo vitu za kuchapa
Imagine mine is not
zina
so
dunda
bad.
dunda. Okay. Anyway, so where we at?
Yeah.
KCP, you're happy you're not doing. First of all, I relate with your story on levels.
Yeah.
That's why, like, it's blowing my mind. I also knew that immediately I finished KCP, I was going to leave the country.
Yeah.
In fact, I left the country 2 days after finishing KCP.
Wow.
So didn't mind. My Swahili was not my biggest strength in life. It was a struggle.
Wait.
So I'm
Yeah.
getting, you're taking me back. Question now. Continue the story. You're about to go to Botswana. The year is maybe this. You're finished.
Now wait, 99 is class 5, 2000, 2001, so 2002.
Oh,
2001, 2002 is when
Okay.
I went. Yeah.
So you're off to Botswana.
Yeah.
Aha.
Traveling alone.
Is this the first time that you're leaving the country?
No, because for swimming, I had, when we were doing things, when we were in the national team, when I was 9, I'd represented Kenya in South Africa for swimming.
What?
Yes.
Chile, why were you about to run over this
I
story?
know, I forgot that.
Hold on. Rewind selector. Your stripes.
Yeah.
You were that level of. Just explain to me now your swimming career. Let's talk about your swimming
My
career.
swimming career, man. So first I have to say I was not as good as my sister, but I'll tell you where my sister was, and I was just under her. My sister could easily have gone to, I think she went to something similar to the Olympics in Japan.
What?
For years, and she, I think on that trip,
Anne Marie or Amanda?
Amanda, so
Okay.
she was in the team with like the Danfords, and
Yo.
my sister is a fantastic swimmer to date. Right?
Yo.
So many people know Amanda in the swimming world, and so I was like just like under her, and because we used to train so much.
What was your stroke? What were you best at?
Breaststroke was my absolute best. I wasn't really good in butterfly because like my upper body strength was not the best. But breaststroke I was really good, and backstroke I was also really good. Freestyle I could get by. I wasn't terrible, so I was good in all the strokes, but where I could come top 3 is breaststroke and backstroke.
And that's what you were representing?
Yeah, most of the time. So in class 9, when I was 9 years old, I went to South Africa. So I was the youngest on the team, and I went to do breaststroke. I think I only went for one race, and it was breaststroke. And I remember there's a lady called Rui Yamashita. She was also on the team. She was looking out for me, slightly older than me. There's a guy called Anthony Ngatiari. I met him like in the club one time, and I was like, "Do you remember you were my chaperone in South Africa? I was 9 years old." Then it hit me. You probably can't remember. Like, I have changed. But yeah, so I went to SA. That was great. Because now I was hanging out with older people.
Where was this? Joburg, Cape Town?
I think it was definitely Joburg.
Okay.
Because that was like central of everything happening. And then we also went to Zambia to swim. Zambia had a really thriving swimming, not industry, but like scene.
Yeah.
So we would represent the Kenya national team. I think I only went to SA and Zambia a lot. I think Zambia I went probably twice.
So what?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're saying this like it's. I mean, that's first and foremost a level of swimming that you got to. Secondly, you're comparing yourself to your sister.
Yeah.
It's like Venus comparing herself to Serena.
Yeah.
I'm not the best. Yeah, just because in your digs is number 1.
And so actually you mentioned in our house. So even right now, in our house where we grew up in Langata, there's like just trophies, and we have like boxes of medals and stuff, and you can't really put them out, because also at a point it became normal. It was like yeah, whatever. And so, but it really formed. It was what we did for fun. So I even tell people, when guys were going to Sarit, what is it called? There's like a space people used to go and hang out. The arcades. They're called the arcade. I think I only went there twice or thrice, because most of my weekends I was swimming. And if I was not at a swimming gala, I was at training.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Do you know why the backstory is so important? That requires a lot of discipline.
Yes. That taught me discipline and time management, because if you were slipping in class, our coach, Mrs. Raburu, and she was like really strict, would be on you, because you had to make sure your grades are okay and you're still coming to swimming. Yeah.
And is this opening up your world to be like, maybe I want to do this with my life? I know it's primary and probably you don't have but did you have, actually, let me even not
did I have thoughts of no
but did you have thoughts of what do you want to do with life?
I knew, looking back, I was always in something artistic or creative. I was doing fashion shows in primary school. We were doing fashion shows. I knew I was at home. I'm doing these performances. Sometimes the performances I'm reading the newspaper like the way I see the news anchors on tele reading. So I'm reading it for the family like that. But I wasn't cognizant of careers until high school. So high school, because now I changed systems. That's when I was like, this media thing is what I want to do. Okay,
let's now go to Botswana. Where in Botswana did you go to?
Gaborone. Okay, so the capital.
The capital.
Which Botswana, is much smaller than...
Exactly. In fact, Botswana, population-wise...
less than Nairobi.
Exactly. And also, a lot of... I know this because of in SA, I met a lot of Botswanans, which was brilliant because the government had sent them there, paid everything. But I know part of the reason was because of the AIDS pandemic.
Yes,
and they the population, a lot of they had lost a lot. So explain to me now, transitioning from Nairobi to Botswana.
So I guess that's why it was not so hard for me to get on a flight by myself at this age, because now I had traveled for swimming before. But I'll look for that photo for you.
Hopefully, we are saying it's this one.
Yeah, hopefully I'll find it, but I can even see it, and it's like my mom and I just like, she's like hugging, not wanting to let go of me. I'm just like, no KCFE, KCPE, what? And so
you're going to your mom's sister.
To my mom's sister, who they look identical. I remember even at my mom's funeral when she came. She's still in Botswana to date, and so when she landed, all our friends were so, like, you could see people scared, like, I thought we were here because, but like, no, that's my aunt. And so she like,
yo, what's going on?
It was a bit trippy for some people, but yeah. So I go there, and I'm very close with her daughter. So she has one daughter.
How old? The age older, younger?
5 years younger than me.
Okay.
But we talk all the time. Now she's in the States, Stephanie, and we talk all, like, we even say thank God we're not in the same place, because we love the same jokes, we do the same dumb things together, like so it was great to be able to now go and reconnect with her, because now when they moved, I kind of like missed her a bit. So now the dynamics change, because you go and now you're a firstborn, really, you know.
Ooh.
And now you're taking care of somebody who's equally as strong-willed as you. And it was so funny, like, we laugh about it now. In the morning, she'd be like, she's very competitive and she's also very sporty. So she wants to be the first to be ready. So she'd like wake up earlier than my alarm and change my
gangster.
That's gangster. I'm like, sis, that's a lot of work. You could have been sleeping. Are you serious? Anyway, but and I go to Botswana, and the school that my aunt was teaching at, Auntie Dorothy, is Westwood International School, and the system is IGCSE.
So you go to Botswana, but you go to an international school in Botswana.
Yes, and so when I arrive, we realized that 844 was so rigorous that some of the things that I learned,
You're ahead.
I'm ahead.
So ahead.
So I actually did 3 years of high school instead of 4. And now there was no Kiswahili, so I... hey. So, yeah, so that was interesting. And also the dynamic of an international school
Actually, Adelle, you've said something there that I don't think people understand. Same thing happened with me.
Yeah.
844 is so... It was crazy.
Yeah.
Forget this CPE that's just coming.
Yeah.
844 was so heavy in the learning
rigorous
system that when you leave the Kenyan system and go and experience, you're already ahead.
You're ahead
You're
without
miles
knowing.
ahead without knowing.
Even if you were not number one in the class, you are already ahead.
Yep.
And there were different dynamics with this international school. So first, there's no denomination. So there's nothing like confessions or mass or whatever.
Yes.
You, whatever you believe in, do it in your own time, please. Here, we are just here to learn, so nobody feels less than. Yeah. All right? Great. The kids there were some who were smokers. And so they would walk out of the school, sometimes go smoke with some of the teachers. And I don't know, I'm just
with the teachers?
Yeah, so if we had like our chemistry teacher, Mr. Martinez from Cuba, he smokes. And so on his smoke breaks, he'd end up being with some of the kids smoking, And it was normal, and I'm just like, does your mother know?
Also to ask about this, you're coming Loreto Valley Road.
Yeah.
We're talking a lot of blacks.
Yeah.
99% blacks, Kenyans.
Yeah.
Maybe a few other.
Yeah.
1% the other kind. This international school is...
Everyone.
Okay.
And well, I wouldn't say predominantly white, but there is a race issue, and I'll get to that.
Okay.
And the race issue is not necessarily in terms of ratios of how many blacks to white, but it's now in Southern Africa. Right? And in Kenya, in the swimming circles, there were different, like we were swimming against guys from ISK,
yes,
from whatever. So, and I think at that time here in Kenya, race was not a conversation we were having. It was not an issue. It was not a thing.
Yep.
I think we're only having that conversation now. But even still, it's not, we don't experience what Southern Africa experiences.
For sure.
And I remember I was 1 week late to join Westwood. And when I entered my class, there were white girls, white boys, the Indians, black girls, black boys, coloreds, and was there some, I think that was it, but it was demarcated.
Yes.
So
for those who don't know what coloreds are, coloreds is the race of what we call the pointies.
Yes, exactly.
But they're a race.
They're a race,
great grandfather is
and
colored.
actually it's the word they use is colored.
Yes.
Yeah. And when I walked in, even subconsciously, you go to what you recognize. So you're not even trying to be, I've never grown up there, but I went to where the black people were seated, and that's where I sat, right? But then there was a point where one of my best friends was a white South African girl called Roxanne. And the black girls didn't like that, And I couldn't understand, what is it?
What's the deal?
Like, may I just dig this chick? She's interesting. She tells me about her horse. Like, I've never had a friend who's a pet horse. Tell me more, sis. This is interesting, And so it was, those dynamics were very strange. I remember there's a girl who bullied me, and another girl who then became my best friend is Nono, and we're still friends to date. And her name is Lesang, but we called her Nono. So she's Mswana, but she grew up in the States. So she doesn't know Setswana. And because she doesn't know Setswana, it's a thing.
Yeah.
And they had this really derogatory term they would call people who are outsiders. They call you makwere kwere. So even if you don't understand the language, if someone says makwere kwere, this person doesn't like me, And so I remember once we were really being bullied, Nono and I think I was collateral damage because I'm pals with her. And because they were like, she thinks she's better than us, she's Mswana and she's not speaking Setswana. Me in my head, I'm like, but this chick didn't grow up here. Like, what the hell, guys? What are you talking about? And so there was that bullying. And then the swimming also had, I know I had my first racial discrimination encounter while in Botswana in Westwood.